Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our Arcadia Park series. Welcome back in the year 2025. I know it's the first episode for Arcadia in the new year. I'm really excited to get back to work and show you everything I've done in the last few weeks. I know I really needed a lot of time, and it's been a while since our last episode of Arcadia, but I can assure you there's much I'm going to show you this episode. The first thing is right on screen. I'm super hyped. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and a subscription. This really means the world to me. Also, put your suggestions down in the comments below. I'm really happy about all your suggestions, and thank you very much for all the people who suggested things in the last few episodes. This really helps a lot. So let's jump right in. I hope you like the cinematics so far. We had some extra long cinematics today because this video will only be one construction update. I just decided to keep it at one construction update. It's not a thing that we're going to continue in the next episodes, but just for this episode there's only going to be one construction update because in the first construction update there wasn't too much to show you. So let's just fill it all up with the second construction update. So welcome to the second construction update, I guess. So right there's the first thing you are seeing. I just closed up this area right back there behind our super splash, and it's going up there already. It looks really great. It's just some basic stone stuff and some botanical work down there. The plan is to build a staff access behind this area. I'm going to show you when I'm in the park overview and when I'm in the aerial view of the park later. There's our train coming. Sadly, Planet Coaster still hasn't fixed the floating stuff on the boat, on the boats for the boat rides. That's a little bit sad, but update, I think it's update 1 and 2 for the new year are going to come pretty soon, so I hope they'll get that fixed as soon as possible. So down there, nothing much has changed. The ride is still the same. I still haven't built the souvenir shop for our Tidebreaker, but right there at our Dark Universe area at Blackspire, there's a lot to show you guys. So I'm really excited to show you all of the stuff. Also, a pretty interesting thing that we're seeing right here. I actually expanded the layout for our new ride. We also had a Discord poll for the name in our Discord. So if you haven't already, make sure to join our Discord server with the link in the description below to be part of our polls and stuff. So thank you very much for everyone who commented and suggested names for this ride. The funny thing is, this time I actually decided to put a name of myself in the list as well, and it won. I'm sorry guys, I really didn't expect this to happen. I will probably not participate in the polls again, but yeah, I mean, to keep it fair, the ride is now called the Revenant. So I really put an idea of my community where with the tower and the revival stuff and all of these things. I mean, we're going into story building in the next episode when we are building the dark ride area for this ride into one thing and into one name, and I think the Revenant is just a great name for his ride. You can see a freefall tower also. That's pretty awesome, and this element is actually pretty much inspired of Voltron at the Europa Park. I really like how this turned out, and it really adds a lot to this layout. The layout gets way more interesting with this one. I also had the ability to add another block section to keep capacity high, and that's a great thing to have this one added. Also, it's a great view if you enter the park and go down here and you see this element right there. It's really awesome to see this, and it really makes you want to ride our Revenant. Also, I added these small, great, waiting time signs. I really like how they turned out. They're in the workshop as well, so make sure to check the workshop codes this time. There are a lot this time. I really like this one, and yeah, I don't know, it's pretty awesome when we add some more rides to the waiting times. That's great. I really like these signs. I also use these signs for our ride safety signs, as you can see down there. I actually built these signs for our smaller project. If you saw it, Minus Curse, I built this one for Minus Curse, and it was really great to add them to Arcadia as well. Also change some smaller details, but I really like how they turned out. So let's just continue and go into our Blackspire area, which is awesome. The idea behind this coaster was, yeah, it is pretty much Frankenstein inspired. I really wanted to build a huge castle. It really was the first idea when I put this layout in the park, and I did it, and it looks really great. It's not the super detailed building. I'm thinking about to change the building details as well. I'm not sure yet, but yeah, it turned out really great, even though it's not super special and it's not super detailed, but I really like the building. We also have some smaller new buildings like this one here, which is going to be another gift shop or maybe a restaurant. I don't know yet, but we'll definitely see in the future what this one will be. Also closed up this area here. The idea for this one actually first was to create another set of buildings down there, but I think it's just fine with the botanical stuff and the trees and the whole area. It's really great, and I really like how this turned out. Also another small seating table area right here. You can watch the Super Splash from there. I think it's a really great spot actually to get some picnic and stuff and to relax. I really like it, and it's a little bit more quiet down there. That's great. Also, we changed a lot for, the Revenant. I also did almost all of the custom supports for the ride. Also like them pretty much, they're great. And custom supports really are a huge game changer for Planet Coaster 2. Also, this area here changed a lot. I just did some foliage down there. The ride goes down below the bridge, and I really like this area as well. Also, I know I want to change the moving door up there, and there are some ways. Thank you very much for the guys who commented in the last episode that there are some ways to fix this door, and not staying up long enough, but I just didn't have the time to fix it yet. I will definitely do it in the future. And right here is an area I pretty much like. I really like the buildings and how they turn out. It's a little restaurant. We have a Galpi soda and a pizza pen down there. I think pizza really fits the fantasy setting a lot, so it's really great to have one there. And we also use loads of custom class, and there's things behind. I don't know if I built something inside there. No, the interior for this one is not ready yet. But I added some smaller stuff inside the building as well. I mean, obviously you can't enter the building, but I like it to keep it simple and have some smaller details behind the glass and windows. That's great. Also added some fencing for realism here for the shops. It's really great to have them. I mean, obviously they just don't work for guests. They just stand in line here, but it just looks good. So that's all. And right here is our exit, which I haven't done yet. The dark ride area, I mean, you saw some things in the cinematics, especially for the station. The station is pretty much finished and it's pretty much done yet. And also I'm not really sure what to do with the dark ride part for our first barrel roll in this coaster. But if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments below, because I just run out of ideas. And it's really great to read anything and get some inspiration. Also need to remove these waiting time signs. I think they are way better, and they are inspired of the Universal ones. I just looked at a safety sign and wait time sign for Gringotts at Universal, and they look pretty much the same. And also the texts are pretty much the same. But I really like these signs, and it's okay to get some inspiration and to just copy. I mean, it's a Universal inspired park, so why not copy the signs? They're great. Also, we can add the wait times up there and the ride name, and you can definitely reuse them for pretty much every ride in our park. So right now, let's have a look at our queue line for Revenant, and there it's coming. Also, did some shortcuts for the queue, because the queue would be way too long if you need to walk down there, and then if the waiting times are low, they can just remove this one and then just continue there. Also, we will add some shortcuts, so the queues are not too long if there's not too many guests in our park. And that looked amazing. So we really get a close look to the coaster when standing in line, which is pretty important because wait times seem lower then, because you have something to look at. And the idea here obviously was to build a cemetery with a church. I will talk about the church later on. So if we walk down there, we have some gravestones and stuff, and we have some barriers just so our guests can't walk there. I mean, they can, obviously, they would fit over it, but I am not sure if that's enough. Maybe you guys can also write that in the comments below. I'm not super good at building some safety barriers. Maybe they're obviously too low, but probably it would be okay safety-wise for the park. I don't know. Right here we have some gravestones. It's pretty basic down there, but I really like how the gravestones turn out. I mean, they're also super basic, but we're very limited to the pieces we've got for gravestones. I mean, it would be awesome to get a horror pack or anything. I definitely need to get back to this area then, to just add all the things. Some gravestones, some skeletons would be great. I really miss some horror items. It's pretty hard to build some horror stuff in Planet Coaster 2 right now. But I think it's not... It's actually... Maybe they'll add a horror pack in the future. I mean, I did for Planet Coaster 1, so let's just hope. So right here we have a church. The church is pretty much inspired of a Scottish church that I found on the internet. So this one is pretty cool. Also super basic actually. I really like the woodwork inside here. And obviously this area is definitely not finished. We will definitely add some things inside here. And we'll also add some church stuff. So I'm pretty excited to do that because I didn't do that in Planet Coaster 1 and obviously not in Planet Coaster 2, so this one is really great. And I've never built a church either, so that's awesome. We'll also add some roofing here, and I already added some roofing down there. This one is also pretty basic, but I think it's quite cool. We have these pipes, just for Frankenstein reference. I really like how they turned out and how this area here turned out. It does not, I know I say it a lot, but really not every area in a park needs to be super detailed. It's great to have some theming in the areas, but if you want to build a park in Planet Coaster 2 and you just want to be effective and don't want to build a single queue line in 30-40 hours, not everything needs to be super detailed. I mean, I did these smaller projects in the past and they really were a lot of work, and I know that the build quality for them is better than in Arcadia, but I think it also looks great. And when you build single projects, you really only have one area that you're theming, and if you're building a park, I mean, you don't need to theme out every area super detailed, because in a overall look the parks look great, and that's enough, I think. So right here, obviously, as you guys probably know, there's theming to come. But here it gets interesting. We have a station inspired, basically, I mean the whole coaster is inspired of Schwules Cannon, Tanza Park. But especially the station is inspired of Schwules Cannon because we have we have loading doors for this one. Will they open? I don't know, they're probably not open yet, but they're since to the coaster departing and going into the station, you probably saw it in the cinematics. I really like the idea of having these things as they are, and yeah, in Schwules Cannon. If you guys wrote Schwules Cannon, you know what I'm talking about, and it's really inspired. You guys already told me that the coaster is looking like Schwules Cannon basically in the last episode, where I did no theming at all, and yeah, it's basically my major inspiration, so you guessed it right. So this one right here is the station. Also, not so much going on in there. I mean, it's only the loading station. I didn't build the unloading station yet. We'll definitely add some things behind the windows. Also, I really like these chandeliers up there, and there our coaster goes into the dark ride section, into the barrel roll. Oh, I really, really like the idea of having a barrel, and there are doors are opening, our passengers can board the train, and yeah, that's just awesome. It's just awesome that we can do this now, a Planet Coaster. That's awesome. So that's the station basically. We have another area to show you. I need to switch to aerial view again. Because if you guys go down there, we have a unfinished building here, obviously, but I definitely go into that. If you go down here, we have our freefall tower. Oh, it's going down right now. That's perfect timing, I guess. And I don't know, it was just really, really spontaneous. I didn't plan at all to have a freefall tower in this park, but it's looking absolutely gorgeous, I think. The freefall tower is pretty high. I think it's comparable to Scream at Hyde Park. I measured it actually. I think it's 98 meters high. But it's awesome to have a freefall tower, and obviously a freefall tower fits perfectly into this themed area. I really, really liked the idea of having one here. And as I placed it there, I knew it's going to be awesome to have one in this park, and I'm super happy with the choice. Also, I want to add some more rides down there. If you guys have any ideas or any wishes on what rides should be next for the Blackspire area, just let me know in the comments down below. I'm really, really happy to read all of this stuff. Right here we have a area for the coaster which is not including any custom supports yet. I will also add it down there, and I really don't know what to do with this area here, with this flat little area there. Maybe I'll just do some terraforming, or another idea was to create a junior coaster or family coaster down there. Maybe another Gerstlauer. I did a small project which was called Cascade Runner, and I really, really like to build a Gerstlauer family coaster down there. And it would really make sense to have another Gerstlauer in this area. But if you guys have any ideas for flat rides, just let me know. We also have our freefall tower area there, which is awesome. I think it's super basic. It's not as dark as down there, if you guys know what I mean. But I'm really, really happy how it turned out. I mean, this bridge there for the queue line is obviously not finished yet. But the great thing with this freefall tower is that our coaster is actually going around the queue and around the station for the freefall tower. And I really, really like how this turned out here. Let me just find the entrance. I just forgot where our freefall tower entrance was. We have another area here. So you guys know this little plaza there? If you just follow our path down here, you will directly get to the freefall tower. Oh, let's just watch our coaster going. That's great. That's awesome. Yeah, so you basically, the first attraction you see, I mean, it's also the first attraction you see from the parking lot probably, is our freefall tower. You get to our Blackspire area if you go left here, and I think this area here would be pretty smart crowd control wise, because we have people going down here riding the freefall tower going to Revenant, and we have people going down there for Tidebreaker, Sylvan Swirl, maybe also Revenant if they turn right up there. But I think crowd control wise it would make sense here, and I really like how this area turned out. I really have a picture in the eyes. Yeah, how this whole area will turn out when I finish it, and it's always great to get to add some crates and boxes and stuff. And this is our area for the freefall tower. Our freefall tower is called The Surge, by the way. Pretty basic name, I know, but I really like it, and it fits the setting as well. And if we go down there, we follow our queue line in a exterior outside park without a roof. Also added this basic queue line switchback area here, and I tried to add some vents actually to keep our guests cool down there. They are pretty, you can find them pretty much in every park in Florida. They're pretty common. Also Universal has them, and I'm actually really happy how they turned out. I mean, they're interesting to say the least, but I really like how they turn out, and you definitely get what they are supposed to be. So I also added them. We'll definitely add them in our other rides as well. there our coaster goes again. So also down here you have a great look and a great overview over our coaster, over the Revenant. And if you go down up to here, we'll follow the path and the queue line, go back down again, and make our way around the freefall tower. Also a great thing to do because our guests can watch the guests departing our freefall tower. It's also great. Also added this little operator's booth, and we added these, ride manufacturer signs, which are great. I had the original idea from Jan's Tiny Rockets video. Also already said it in our Cascade Runner project, and I really like how they are looking and add a little detail to our rides. Also the capacity, I actually calculated the capacity for the freefall tower. So if you guys wonder what the freefall tower capacity is in Planet Coaster 2, it's 1920 riders per hour. There it's going again. Oh, it looks absolutely stunning. I really like this ride in Planet Coaster 1 already, and it looks absolutely stunning. And Planet Coaster 2 also like the sounds and the sound design as well for this ride. Yeah, it's great. So this is the whole area. I think it turned out pretty cool. Not sure if I'm going to leave it like this forever. Maybe I'll add some more details for the station building. We'll definitely go into this area in the next episode. We'll also go into this whole area around the freefall tower. And we are also going to add great details to the interior parts for Revenant and for our Eurofighter. So it's really amazing. Or did I say Eurofighter? I mean Infinity Coaster, obviously. So it's a great area. I'm really happy how it turned out. Even though I'm getting a little bit tired of building this fantasy stuff. I mean, this dark fantasy stuff obviously is pretty much the same building style as we have in our normal fantasy stuff. I'll be really happy when we're coming to our next themed area, which will probably be pretty soon, but I don't want to keep this area too small, so there's a lot to come in the future. And let's also just have a quick look at the nighttime lighting for this area, because I'm really happy how it looks at night. I mean, the daylight is great, but for a horror themed area, the nighttime lighting is super important. And I'm really happy how this whole area turned out at night as well. I'd also definitely have to add some lighting for the coaster down there. Also, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to put some lights for the block brakes there. But also right here, look at it. I mean, that's Planet Coaster 2 lighting. It looks absolutely amazing. I really like the lighting for the game. I say it every episode, but it's deserved, definitely. So, this is our new update, basically. So, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment down in the comment section below. Join my Discord server with the link in the description below. Also check out all the workshop codes for this park. I'm really happy you tuned in today. Thank you very much for watching. And trust me, there's going to come another Arcadia episode pretty soon. I don't want to wait for weeks between our episodes, so we'll probably go for a 2-week time between our episodes. So stay tuned, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching.